You like my new shirt? Isn't that something? Hi, Bernice here. The state trooper, right, is driving down the highway, and it drives alongside this speeding car, and inside the speeding car, at the steering wheel, is this blonde, and she's knitting while she's driving. So he turns on his lights and his siren, and he yells over his bullhorn, "Pull over!" She rolls down her window and says, "No! Scarf!" I said it was fun to make fun of blondes, didn't I? Hey, you know what a blonde and a turtle have in common? No? Anybody? I'll tell you. Once they're on their backs, they're fucked. You know I got a million excuses. Yeah, which one of them do you want to hear first? Oh, here's a true story for you. Yeah, this is true. This really happened. True. When George Bush was president and visiting England, he and the Queen were taking a ride in one of her many coaches and discussing matters of state, when all of a sudden one of the horses cut one. I mean, could have blown him out the cab, right? Woo! Stinky. Oh, the Queen was so appalled and embarrassed, she looked at George and she said, "Oh, Mr. President, I am so embarrassed. I wouldn't have had this happen for the world." And Bush looked at her and said, "Oh, that's okay, buddy. If you hadn't said anything, I'd have just thought it was one of the horses." I never had any children. I never really wanted any. But then I used to meet these women who have children who tell me how much more enriching my life would be if I had little ones running around the house. I said, "Really? Oh, fuck you." Then there are people who tell me I swear too much. Really? Fuck you too. I used to bartend at this bar on top of Rockefeller Center in New York City, right? Well, I'm in there one night and I'm serving this drunk drinks. And he'd take a drink and he'd go over to the balcony and he'd jump off, right? And a few minutes later, the elevator would ding, the doors would open, and there were guys standing there. And he'd come back to the bar, I'd give him another drink, and he'd go over to the balcony, jump off, and a few minutes later he was back in the elevator. Well, there's this guy sitting there watching him. And he goes over and he says, "Hey, how is it you can do that? You have a drink, you go to the balcony, you jump off, and you never get hurt. What gives?" The guy says, "Well, you see, I have a shot of tequila, and it gives me buoyancy. So when I jump off the balcony, as I'm approaching the ground, I start to slow down, and then I just step down, get back in the elevator, and come back out." And the guy thinks a minute. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna try that." So I give him a drink. The guy goes over to the balcony, jumps off, and we hear this loud splat. And I looked at the guy at the bar and I said, "You know, you can be a real asshole when you're drunk, Superman. You know that?" Bye. Make sure you subscribe, okay? Hit that button over there in the corner. Okay?